And I think that would be the format we would follow. So let me share my slides. So can you see my slides?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay. So principles governing our actions, the perfection in action. All right. So let us pray before starting. Let us pray to Krishna and pray to our Guru so that we can learn something today. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Sakyurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Tisatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namah Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So, principles governing our actions or the laws of karma. I know, as you already know, Bhagavad Gita talks about five topics. Five topics are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. These are anybody remembers what are those five topics discussed in Bhagavad Gita? Yes, who will tell me? Venkatesh, do you have any idea what are the five topics? Ranjan? No? Okay, so let me repeat. So you might have already learned it from other sessions. So five topics that are discussed in Bhagavad Gita are also five branches of knowledge. Apart from these five branches, there is no other branch of knowledge. Every branch of knowledge that we study or we don't study are all included in these five topics. These are Iswara, Jiva, Prakriti, Karma, and Kala. Okay. So these are the five topics that are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. All right. So out of these, Iswara, where Krishna talks about himself. Okay. So like when we talk about Iswara, here Krishna talks about himself. And where he talks about himself? And in many chapters, in many verses in Bhagavad Gita, so he talks about himself. In chapter 5, text number 29, he says, Bhuktaram yagyatapasa sarvaloka maheswaram suhrutam sarvabhutanam gyantamam santarvachyate. In chapter 10, text number 8, and he says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarva pravartante iti matta bhajante mam buddha bhava samannitaha. And in chapter 15, text number 15, he again says, Sarvasya chaham hridisan nivishto matah smritir jnanam apohanam cha Vedesya sarve rahamepya vedyam vedanta krit vedvideva chaham. And in chapter 7, again he says, Mataha parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya. Okay, so where he says that I am the source of everything, everything emanates from me. I am sitting within everybody's heart. I am the enjoyer. I am the supreme controller, but still I am the best friend. I am the ever well wisher of everybody. So that is Ishvara. And then Krishna also talks about Jiva, okay, about ourselves. So who are we? So many chapters talk about this concept, but it starts with chapter 2, and many verses in chapter 2 are devoted to this concept of jiva, where Krishna says, Dehinasmini atha dehe kumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuyate. Nainam chinanti sastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachanam kladeyanti apana sosyati maruta. He says that you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. You are dehi, not this deha. And you can never die, nobody can kill you, neither can anybody be killed. Okay, so there it talks about jiva. And then the third concept that is discussed at length is prakriti, about the material nature. Okay, so how this material nature consisting of three modes, sattva, raja, tama, they influence our nature and our personality, and they influence everything else, here in this world. That is material nature. And then the fourth concept that Krishna talks about is kala, the element of time. Many people think that they know Bhagavad Gita, but if you ask them what is the concept of time and space, nobody will be able to explain it. Okay. So Bhagavad Gita talks about what is space, what is time, uh, in a very technical and scientific manner. Okay, kala, time. And then the last concept that is explained in most of the chapters in Bhagavad Gita is karma or actions. Okay. And whenever you ask anybody what Bhagavad Gita speaks about, then people say कर्म करो. भाई कर्म करने के लिए किसी को बोलना नहीं पड़ता. ओके, तो हर कोई है ना, बिना पूछे, बिना बताए, हर कोई कर्म में लगे रहता है. कुत्ता भी खाना ढूंढता है. ओके, जब भी उसको भूख लगता है, कुत्ता भी खाना ढूंढता है. और human being also does the same. So you don't have to tell anybody to work. You will be forced to work. Okay, so that is. So then what Bhagavad Gita talks about in karma? So Bhagavad Gita says, discusses which karma has to be undertaken, which karma has to be avoided, and which karma keeps us, binds us here, and which karma takes us away to the spiritual world, which karma takes us to the lower species, which karma takes us to the higher species, which karma leads us to what kind of consequences. So all these things are talked about in Bhagavad. And it also recommends what is the prescribed karma, which karma we should all undertake. Okay, so that is what is karma that is talked about in Bhagavad Gita at length. So let us discuss something about that aspect. Okay, so I'll share this slide again. Yeah. So Arjuna asked Krishna in the first chapter whether I should be involved in this warfare or not. What should I do? I'm confused. And Bhagavad Gita is written in such a way that it relates to our life very easily. How? Like most of the time we are confused. We don't know what to do. Okay. But we don't ask pertinent question. But what Arjuna did, Arjuna gave his argument, but he also asked pertinent questions to Krishna. And Krishna tried to solve the dilemma of Arjuna. And at first, Krishna never told anything. He just Listen to Arjuna for the first chapter. For the first chapter, where Arjuna is only talking and Krishna is not speaking anything. So to solve a problem, we have to listen to the problem first. We have to understand the problem. And after understanding the problem, Krishna started speaking in chapter 2, where Krishna says, Arjuna, you know, what is your main problem? Your problem is that you don't know what is your problem. Okay. So Krishna says, Arjuna, and your problem is that you don't know what exactly is your problem. I will tell you what is your problem. Your problem is you don't know who are you. You think you are a husband, you think you are a kshatriya, you think you are a student, you think you are a grandson. But all these identities are related to your body. Once this body is gone, you are no more the husband of Draupadi. You are no more the grandson of Bhishma. You are no more the son of Kunti. You are no more a kshatriya. You are no more a king of Hastinapur. So all these identities are related to your body, but you are not this body. Within this lifetime, you have changed a lot of it. And like that, at the end of this lifetime, you will change the body completely and get a new body. Basamsi jinnani yatha vihaya navani grinade nalopuran. Yatha sariraya vihaya jinnani anyani sanyati navani dei. He says, as you are changing the dress because it is old, so like that you change your body, old body, and get a new body. And with the change of the body, all these identities are gone. So that is why first you have to know who are you. You are not this deha, you are dehi. You are the spirit soul, which can never be killed, which can never be destroyed, which doesn't have any birth, which doesn't have any death. Neither it has old age or disease. It is eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. But then Arjuna asked Krishna, so if I am the soul, I have nothing to do with all these things that is going on in this world, why do you want me to be involved in this warfare? Because being Kshatriya is also related to this body. Why should I punish Duryodhana? Why should I punish everybody? Why should I be involved in this warfare? Better to go to jungle and then practice my spiritual sadhana and get back to spiritual world. Then Krishna started speaking, Arjuna, it seems, and you think you understood it, but you have not still understood. There are a lot of things to it. What? You are not this body, you are the spirit soul, doesn't mean that body doesn't have any importance. So body, this human body is very rare. It's sudurlabham. After getting a lot of other bodies, like animal bodies, you finally get a human body, which is very, very rare, sudurlabham. And you have a lot of facilities in this body. And you should also act on the basis of the qualities that are there in this body. So you are not this body, but as long as you are within this body also, has a lot of importance for you, for your actions. And what is that? That you will say that first identify what is the guna, what are the qualities that are there in this body, then the actions that you perform should be in coordination with those qualities. Then you will be happy. And then once you choose an action which is in coordination with this body, that is called varnashram system. In varnashram system, what happens? If you are in the dominated by the mode of goodness, then the jobs like teaching, consulting, advisory. So these are the activities which you enjoy, which you can do better. If your body is dominated by mode of passion, then politics, leadership, those are the activities which will be suitable to you. Then if your body is in sattva as well as tama or raja or tama, then business, cow protection, agriculture, that will be suitable to you. And if your body is mostly dominated by tama, then better to not take any decision, because you can't take a good decision. So you follow the decisions of others. You go in the service sector. You follow whatever is told to you. You do whatever is told to you. So this is called Varnashram system. Varnashram is not that you are born in a particular family, in a caste, and then you become that. No, that is not Varnashram. That is just caste system. Okay, caste system is nowhere mentioned in the Shastra. So Varnashram means you have certain qualities, and then according to that qualities, you take up a occupation. Chaturvarna Maya Srishta Guna Karma Vivagasa. Karma should be according to Guna. That is Varna system. But then Krishna also says Varna system is not sufficient. Varnashram, you have to also go beyond Varnashram. What you have to do within Varnashram? You have to perform all the activities that are yajna. Yajnartha Kuru Karmana Sangatyaktva Dhananjaya. Okay. So that is what Krishna would say. That if you think you can go to jungle, that is not an option. Because anyway, even if you go to jungle, you will be forced to act in such a way in order to maintain your body. So if you don't follow the prescribed duties, prescribed actions, you may follow sinful actions. Okay, because everyone is forced to act helplessly according to the qualities as acquired. हमारे अंदर जिस गुण होता है उसी गुण के हिसाब से हमको ऑटोमेटिकली हम कुछ कार्य करते हैं. जिनके पास बहुत ज्यादा पैशन होता है, those who have a lot of passion in them, lot of rajoguna in them, they will always hanker for more money, they will always hanker for more prestige, है ना, more wealth, more accumulation of objects. जहां भी जाएंगे उनको दिखेगा और वो उनको चाहिए, and then they will try to achieve that. Okay, so what do you have to do? One who restrains the senses of action but whose mind dwells on sense object is a pretender. तुम सोच रहे हो चले जाओगे जंगल में, कुछ नहीं करोगे, बट तुम्हारा मन चाहता है ये सब करने के लिए, तो then you are a pretender. So what is happening in India now? A lot of people, they take sannyas without having proper control over their senses and mind. So whenever they get an opportunity, sannyas तो ले लेते हैं, but whenever they got an opportunity, कि बाबा के पास लड़कियां आते हैं, तो फिर गुफा में लड़कियों के साथ, है ना, रंगरलिया करते हैं, और पैसा आता है, एंजॉय करते हैं उसको, राइट, छुप छुप के मांस भी खाते हैं. Why? Because they're pretenders. Their mind is not the senses are not controlled. They're still dwelling on the sense object. They're still trying to satisfy, or kind of connect themselves to the sense objects, but they forcefully withdraw themselves. So there is a danger. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, is by pursuit. So better you engage yourself in activity, prescribed activity, karma yoga in Krishna consciousness, and then achieve me. So performing prescribed duties, doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without working. So that is why what is recommended action? He says yajnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So you should work as sacrifice. Okay. And therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, for Krishna's satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain. So what is yajna? Yajna means Krishna himself. The name of Krishna is yajna. And yajna is also sacrifice. So we have to perform our activities to please Krishna. That is yajnarthat karmana. Okay. We have to act in a mode of sacrifice as yajna. Okay. क्यों यज्ञ के लिए कर्म करें? क्योंकि ऑलरेडी कृष्ण बोलते हैं चैप्टर 2 टेक्स्ट नंबर आई थिंक 42 वेयर ही सेज कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भुर माते संगस्तो अकर्मणि. सो व्हाट इज यज्ञार्थात कर्मण्यतर? यज्ञ के लिए यज्ञ कर्म का पहला स्टेज क्या है? कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते. बोलते यू हैव राइट्स ओवर ओनली योर एक्टिविटी. आपके कर्म के ऊपर ओनली आपका अधिकार है. फल के ऊपर आपका अधिकार नहीं। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम गोल नहीं रखें। Okay, we can have goals, but we have to understand that my karma is not going to be sufficient to achieve the goal. कोई भी गोल हम रखें तो गोल अचीव करने के लिए two things are necessary: our endeavor and Krishna's mercy. But what is in our hand is only our endeavor. We can't force Krishna to give mercy. हम ये नहीं बोल सकते भगवान मैंने इतना काम किया, आपको तो कृपा देना ही पड़ेगा। नहीं हो सकता। कृष्णा इज ट्रांसेंडेंटल डिक्टेटर. But what we can do, we can only endeavor. But our endeavor is not a sufficient condition. It is a necessary condition. हम काम नहीं करेंगे तो गोल अचीव नहीं होगा, बट हम काम कर लेंगे तो ये इंश्योर नहीं कर सकते कि हमको गोल अचीव होना चाहिए, क्योंकि देयर आर एन नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स। लाइक आप लोग जब जेई दे रहे थे, बहुत लोगों का जेई हुआ नहीं क्योंकि आप लोगों ने उनसे अच्छा कर दिया। इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि उन्होंने पढ़ाई नहीं किया, दे ऑल्सो स्टडीड, but you studied better than them, so you got in and they did not. So their result was dependent on your endeavor. So their endeavor is not only sufficient, but that is necessary. Right? आप जेई के लिए सब प्रिपेयर कर दिया, कोविड आ गया, या आईएएस के लिए एग्जाम के लिए तैयार कर रहे थे, कोविड आ गया, एग्जाम कैंसिल हो गया. So you endeavored, but it did not lead to becoming an IAS officer. आपने सब कुछ पढ़ के आया था, सिलेबस को बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन डाल दिया जिसको आपने प्रिपेयर नहीं किया था, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपने परिश्रम नहीं किया था. So that is why कर्मण्यवाधिकार means you have only right over the action. We don't have any right over the result because result is decided by n number of factors. So our endeavor is not sufficient. But what we can do is only our endeavor. It is necessary. So we have to perform our actions, and depending on the mercy of Krishna, then if it happens, then we can get the result. And if you always think I have to get the result, then we'll be frustrated. So Yagyarthat Karmana Nitra ka first is that we have to perform actions without attachment to the result. But we can have goals. But then check what is the next is. We have to perform actions only for the pleasure of Krishna. That is pure Yagyarthat Karmana. So kaise kare? Then okay, this is also mentioned Yagya Sishta Sina Santam Uchantakara Sarvakilvisa. So we have to eat only Yagya Sishta. So that brings us to the discussion of types of activities. कि कितने प्रकार के कार्य हैं? तो Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, one who does not follow the human life, the cycle of sacrifice certainly leads a life full of sin. And that person lives only for the satisfaction of senses. Such a person lives in vain. So it discusses about Kim Kartavyam, what we should do, Kim Akartavyam, what we should avoid. Okay, yes, sir, discuss. Then that brings us to the discussion of three kinds of karma: Sakarma, Vikarma, and Akarma. What is Sakarma? Sakarma is all punya karmas, all good karmas. Okay, including having a honest occupation and maintaining our family is also Sakarma. Okay, Vikarma, all papa karma, all sinful activities are Vikarma. So what is the definition of Sakarma then? The karma which is in accordance with the scriptural principle. शास्त्रों के अनुसार जो कर्म होता है वो सारे सकर्म. शास्त्रों के विरुद्ध जो कर्म होता है वो विकर्म. शास्त्र क्या है? प्रकृति के नियम. प्रकृति के नियम के अनुसार जो कर्म है वो सकर्म है. प्रकृति के नियम के विरुद्ध जो कर्म है वो विकर्म है. प्रकृति ने हमको शरीर दिया है दाल चावल वेजिटेबल्स खाने के लिए, हम उसमें मदिरा डालते हैं, विकर्म है, क्योंकि शरीर मदिरा के लिए बना ही नहीं. आगे सो प्रकृति के नियम के विरुद्ध. आगे और क्या है? अकर्म, जो कर्म हम भगवान की संतुष्टि के लिए करते हैं. Whatever activities we do only for the satisfaction of Krishna, that is akarma. Okay. Example of sakarma, like you help somebody to reach hospital, you give charity, so these are sakarma. And results of sakarma, पुण्य का रिजल्ट में क्या मिलता है? Opulence मिलता है. You get a beautiful body, you get fame, you get wealth. पाप, किसी का चोरी करते हो, किसी को मर्डर करते हो, ये सब पाप होता है। एंड रिजल्ट्स पाप क्या होता है? डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ मिजरीज। जितने भी दुख है ये पाप का फल है। मिजरीज आर द रिजल्ट्स ऑफ पाप, ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ मिजरीज। And both karma and vikarma, sakarma and vikarma, they bring bondage. They bind us to this material world. Why? Because हमने एक सकर्म कर दिया, उसका रिजल्ट भी भोग करना पड़ेगा। एंड रिजल्ट भोग करने के लिए एक शरीर लेना पड़ेगा। कोई पाप कर दिया, उसका रिजल्ट भी भोग करना पड़ेगा और उसके लिए भी एक शरीर लेना पड़ेगा। जैसे किसी ने बहुत हेल्प किया लोग, तो नेक्स्ट लाइफ में उसको एक ऐसा शरीर मिलेगा जिससे बहुत ज्यादा वेल्थ उसके पास हो, बहुत ज्यादा फेमस हो, तो उसके लिए भी एक शरीर लेना पड़ेगा। So both sakarma and vikarma, like you have a sweet fruit or a sour fruit. You have to have a mouth to eat it. मुंह होना चाहिए, नहीं तो कैसे खाओगे? तो ऐसे ये कर्म को भोग करने के लिए हमको एक शरीर लेना ही पड़ेगा. So that is why they bring bondage and they keep us binding to this material world. This is kind of an example of the result of pap, suffering the reactions of pap. And what akarma does? Yoga, all kinds of yoga are akarmas. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, all are akarmas. Whatever is done for the satisfaction of Krishna. And akarma की result में क्या होता है? We become free from this bondage. Okay. So punya karma is good material activity that pertains to the material body. One gets promoted to better material situation within the material world, but one cannot go beyond it. है ना? जो भी इंडिया में मरता है उसके आगे लिख देते हैं स्वर्गवासी। क्यों? एवरीबडी वांट्स टू गो टू स्वर्ग। स्वर्ग is a place for enjoyment. Every religion has a concept of swarga. Like Christianity, Islam, they have Jannat, heaven. That's all equal to swarga. But swarga is also not a permanent place. We have three kinds of accounts. We have a punya account, you have a papa account, and you have a bhakti account, a yoga account, and a karma account. So whatever punya we do, the results are deposited in that account. And then on the basis of that, we go to a place like heavenly planet and enjoy. And after the completion, after these results is finished, we have to come back to this world again. So that is called khine punye martya loke visanti. Heaven is not a permanent place. वहाँ फ्री दारू मिलेगा, फ्री अप्सराएं मिलेंगे, फ्री एंटरटेनमेंट, फ्री नंदनकानन, सब कुछ फ्री मिलेगा, क्योंकि आपने ऑलरेडी पुण्य कर चुका है, उसका इन्वेस्टमेंट यहाँ कर चुके थे, तो उसके फलस्वरूप वहां सब कुछ मिलेगा। बट जैसे ही इन्वेस्टमेंट खत्म हो जाएगा आपका, फिर यहाँ से रिटर्न करना पड़ेगा। ओके, पाप का भी वही हिसाब है। पाप किए, नरक में क्या जाते हैं, पनिशमेंट लेके, खत्म जब होता है फिर इधर आते हैं। बट अकर्म, जब भक्ति करते हैं भगवान की या योग कर्म करते हैं, तो इसमें क्या होता है? अकर्म और सर्विस टू गॉड ऑन द अदर हैंड, बीइंग फुली स्पिरिचुअल, हैज नथिंग टू डू विद द मटेरियल वर्ल्ड. It qualifies us for the entrance into the spiritual world. है ना? ये जो human body is like a junction. Okay, animal body is like a station. So in station there is one way. You either go ahead or come back, or there is no other option. So when you get an animal life, you automatically, you get a better life. In each stage you get a better life. But once you get human life, you can go to heaven, you can go to hell, you can get another body as a human being, you can get a body among the animals. Okay, and you can also go to the spiritual kingdom. And the spiritual kingdom क्यों जाए हम? क्योंकि material kingdom में there is always four things: जन्म, मृत्यु, जरा, व्याधि. Okay, birth, death, old age and disease. These are always there in this world. इसमें से हम कभी फ्री नहीं हो सकते. And spiritual world is called Vaikuntha. There is no dukha. And this material world is called दुखालयम अशाश्वतम. जितना भी प्रयत्न करें यहाँ दुख आएगा यार. जब आप लोग ने जेई क्लियर किया था, कितना खुशी हुआ था. आईआईटी में 2 महीने के बाद वो खुशी कहीं चला जाता है. अरे इतना काम करना पड़ता है, इतना पढ़ाई करना पड़ता है. ओके, सो खुशी से, है ना, More than happiness, we face miseries in this world because this is dukhalaya. जैसे औषधालय में औषधि मिलता है, दुखालय में दुखी मिलता है. And spiritual world is called Vaikuntha. मतलब even if you search for miseries, you will not get miseries. Vaikuntha, there is no miseries there. And you will be Sat Chitanand and you will be always with Krishna and serve him in different capacities. And you will be happy because you will be in the ontological position. What is that ontological position? Krishna says, Mame Mansa Jiva Loko Jiva Bhuta Sanata. He says, all the jivas are my part and parcel. So like हाथ शरीर का एक पार्ट है, तो हाथ का मेन काम है शरीर का सेवा करना. तो ऐसे ही जीव भगवान की एक अंश है और भगवान के अंश होने के नाते उसका एक्चुअल काम है भगवान की सेवा करना. जैसे हाथ जब खाना मुंह में डालता है, खाना पेट में जाता है, फिर हाथ को भी न्यूट्रिशन मिलता है. हाथ के लिए अलग से खाना नहीं खाना पड़ता. पेड़ में आप जड़ से पानी देते हो, जड़ में तो हर शाखा प्रशाखा पत्ते सबको पानी मिल जाता है. यू डोंट हैव टू वाटर द लीव्स सेपरेटली. सो लाइक दैट जीव इज पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ कृष्ण, भगवान के अंश है. और जब वो भगवान की सेवा करता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली खुद संतुष्ट रहता है. और जैसे हाथ खाना मुंह में नहीं देगा तो हाथ खुद दुर्बल हो जाएगा. तो जीव का परिस्थिति वैसे ही है. When he doesn't serve Krishna, he himself becomes trapped in this material world. He doesn't get happiness. But when he serves Krishna, he is connected to Krishna. So automatically he also gets nourishment. Okay. So there are two kinds of karma. Again, instant and delayed karma. बहुत लोग बहुत पूछते हैं कि सर कर्म तो होता है बट बहुत लोग उनको जल्दी जल्दी फल मिल जाता है और कुछ लोगों को बहुत समय के बाद फल मिलता है. क्यों? बिकॉज द फर्स्ट थिंग इज डेथ इंटरप्ट्स. सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल आप सोचिए जो ताज होटल में किलिंग हुआ था, टेररिस्ट अटैक हुआ था. सपोज वन टेररिस्ट kills 20 people and then police kills the terrorist. So he gets the punishment for killing one person. He is killed. But what about other 19 people जिनको मारा था? इनका रिजल्ट कैसे मिलेगा उसको? वो तो मर गया. Okay. So that is why what you have to do and what will happen? These 19 results you will get in some other lifetime. Because we are eternal, we are always existing. We don't die, only we change the bodies. जैसे कोई मर्डर कर दिया और ड्रेस चेंज कर दिया, वो नहीं बोल सकता कि नहीं मैंने देखो अभी ड्रेस चेंज कर दिया, मुझे सजा क्यों मिलेगा? तो जैसे द बॉडी इज लाइक a dress for us. तो चेंजिंग द बॉडी doesn't free us from the reactions. So क्यों दूसरे लाइफ में कभी कभी मिलता है रिजल्ट? क्योंकि डेथ हो जाता है, हम भोग नहीं कर पाते, तो फिर दूसरे लाइफ में उसका सजा या गुड थिंग सब मिलेगा. दूसरा चीज क्या है? ईच कर्म इज लाइक ए सीड. जो भी हम कर्म करते हैं वो एक बीज की तरह. लाइक सपोज recently my son's school instructed them to plant some seeds and they have to bring the plant within 15 days. So I went to a store and asked him, give me some seeds which can germinate in 5 days and it can have a plant in 15 days so that my son can take it to the school. So they gave me some palak seeds. Within 4 days, palak seeds germinated and then within 15 days, it was this much of plant. But imagine if you plant a coconut seed, एक नारियल का सीड आप प्लांट करते हो तो ये पेड़ बनने के लिए बहुत समय लगता है और फल देने के लिए 5 साल लग जाता है. और गेहूं का बीज बो दो 4 महीने में आपको फल मिल जाता है. So different seeds have different period of time to germinate and give results. So like that, each karma is like a seed. Suppose आपने potassium cyanide खा लिया. How much time it takes to get the result? Seconds. 2 seconds, 3 seconds में आपको रिजल्ट मिल जाता. बट आपने गुटखा खाया. These are also slow poisons. They take long time to act. So different actions take different time period to act. Some actions like आपने किसी को मर्डर किया, पुलिस पकड़ लिया, जेल हो गया, तुरंत सजा हो गया. हम कितने जीवों को मार देते हैं, कोई पुलिस हमको नहीं पकड़ता, तो किसी ना किसी लाइफ टाइम में हमको सजा मिलेगा. Okay. So that is what each karma is like a seed, and each seed takes its own time. So like that, each karma takes its own time to fructify. Then another thing, in order to receive the result of a karma, the conditions have to be right. Okay. कैसे? जैसे धृतराष्ट्र, उसका बहुत पिछले जन्म में एक हंटर था, और वो एक तार लेके एक चिड़िया का 100 बच्चों को उसमें गूंथ के मार दिया था. तो उसको अभिशाप मिला था कि तुम्हारे सामने भी तुम्हारे 100 पुत्र मरेंगे, और उससे पहले उसको 100 पुत्र होना चाहिए, 100 पुत्र देने वाली ऐसे एक बीवी होना चाहिए. तो देन ही accumulated a lot of पुण्य to get that kind of wife. गांधारी जैसे पत्नी मिली, फिर 100 पुत्र मिले, और फिर उसके आंखों के सामने सब मरे. But it took some hundreds of lifetimes to get the conditions right, to have the conditions right, so that you can enjoy or suffer from the result of your actions. So these three things: death interrupts, karma is like a seed, and conditions are prepared. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि मुझे तो याद नहीं है मैंने क्या क्या था लास्ट लाइफ में, इस जन्म में क्यों सजा मिले. तो फॉरगेटफुलनेस इज नॉट द फॉरगेटफुलनेस ऑफ द कॉज इज नॉट एन एक्सक्यूज. आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया जाओगे, आपको ड्राइविंग रूल पता नहीं है, बट फिर भी रोड नहीं बोलेगा कि नहीं नहीं इसको नहीं पता है, उसको एक्सीडेंट नहीं कराया. हाँ, नहीं पता बट गलत चलाओगे फिर भी एक्सीडेंट होगा. So like that, even if we don't remember, we have to get the result. That is not an excuse. Good karma and bad karma, they do not cancel each other. One has to enjoy and suffer at the same time or at different times. जैसे कुछ लोग पुण्य फल से बहुत ज्यादा धन होता है उनके पास, बट पाप के कारण उनका रिलेशनशिप खराब होता है, तो they enjoy the wealth and suffer from the bad relationship simultaneously. Okay. तो ये मैथमेटिकल फॉर्मूला यहाँ नहीं चलता, फाइनाइट लॉजिक नहीं चलता कि ओके आपने 4 अच्छा कर्म कर दिया, 4 बुरे कर्म कर दिया, कैंसिल हो गया, किसी का फल नहीं मिला. नहीं, ये 4 बुरे कर्म का फल भी एंजॉय करना पड़ता है और 4 अच्छे कर्म का फल भी एंजॉय करना. You have to enjoy or suffer from the good or bad actions. That's not, they don't cancel. Sometimes there are some prayaschit, they cancel out something, but generally it doesn't cancel. Then there are also prarabdha karma and sanchit karma. Prarabdha karma is the situation that we are in. जो हम कर्म फल भोग कर रहे हैं, that is प्रारब्ध. And संचित क्या है? जो कर्म हम भोग करने वाले हैं, तो वो संचित कर्म है. And those संचित कर्म make us build our fate, that is प्रारब्ध. प्रारब्ध is just destiny. डेस्टिनी इज कभी कभी हमको लगता है कि डेस्टिनी क्या है, हमारा सब कुछ डिसाइडेड है. डिसाइडेड कैसे हुआ? दीज आर बेस्ड ऑन आवर एक्शंस. So destiny is nothing but the aggregation of our karmic reactions that are born fruit or will shortly bear fruit. In other words, destiny is just our prarabdha karma. जो भी हम अभी जो सिचुएशन में है, that is our destiny, that is decided by our aggregate of all the karmas. तो इस जन्म में जो कर्म कर रहे हैं वो भी हमारा डेस्टिनी. So destiny is a continuous process. वो चेंज होता है ना, वो फॉर्मेशन होता जाता है हमारा कर्म के कारण. whenever whatever actions we are performing, they contribute to the making of our destiny. And destiny क्या करता है? Destiny puts us in a situation, but still we have free will. Okay. And what that free will does? Destiny puts us in a situation and free will tells us how to act in that situation, and that decides our future destiny. कोई एक दो लोग गरीब के घर में पैदा हुए, एक सोचा ठीक है मैं काम करके पैसा कमा लूंगा, गरीबी से ऊपर उठ जाऊंगा. दूसरा सोचा नहीं, मेरा भाग्य में था गरीब होना, तो मैं गरीब होके ही मर जाऊं. तो पहला बंदा हो सकता है काम करके he can come out of the poverty, and second बंदा उसका फ्री विल यूज करके कुछ काम नहीं किया तो वही पॉवर्टी में रहेगा. So destiny decides our situation, but how we respond to the situation decides our future destiny. But free will exists only before we act. Once we act, the free will, we can't just rewind that. But then क्वेश्चन में ये भी आता है कि अच्छे लोगों के साथ बुरा क्यों होता है? बुरे लोगों के साथ अच्छा क्यों होता है? दिस इज एक्सप्लेन्ड विद द कंसेप्ट ऑफ साइलो। साइलो में क्या होता है, हम ग्रेन्स ऊपर से डालते हैं बट नीचे से निकालते हैं। सपोज लास्ट ईयर बहुत अच्छा ग्रेन्स हुआ था, फसल बहुत अच्छा हुआ और वो ऊपर वो नीचे आ गया, और इस साल बहुत खराब फसल हुआ तो हम उसको ऊपर डाल दिए, बट इस साल खाने के लिए हम नीचे से निकालते हैं, तो नीचे से हमको अच्छा ग्रेन्स निकलता है इस बार, बट इस बार बहुत खराब फसल हुआ बिकॉज लास्ट ईयर का फसल अभी तक खत्म नहीं। सो लाइक दैट, because we have aggregation of all these karmic reactions, so unless they are finished we can't enjoy the new karma. So that is why sometimes what we have good karma, reactions of good karma deposited, and even if we are doing bad karma now, we are enjoying the fruits of that good karma. And once this is finished, then even if we will be doing good thing later, so at that time we will be enjoying these bad karmas. लाइक इस साल खराब फसल हुआ, लास्ट नेक्स्ट ईयर अच्छा फसल होगा, बट फिर भी हमको खराब खाना पड़ेगा कि क्यों नीचे तक आ गया। ओके, सो ये है ना, व्हाई गुड थिंग्स हैपन टू द बैड पीपल और बैड थिंग्स हैपन टू द गुड पीपल। सो इसलिए है ना, ह्यूमन बॉडी इज डिजाइन्ड to develop love for God and to serve God, to do our karma, and to go back to Godhead, to be situated in our ontological position. So that is what we should strive for. And कैसे करें? पहले फॉलो करें 4 पिलर, सत्य, दया, शौच, तप। सत्य को वायलेट करता है गैम्बलिंग, दया को वायलेट करता है मांसाहार, शौच को वायलेट करता है इलिसिट सेक्स, एंड तप को वायलेट करता है इंटॉक्सिकेशन। तो इसलिए हम गैम्बलिंग, इलिसिट सेक्स, इंटॉक्सिकेशन एंड मीट ईटिंग, ये चारों पाप नहीं करते हैं। ओके, तो विकर्म से बच जाते हैं। और तस्मात् असक्त सततम कार्यम कर्म समाचार, असक्त ही आचरण कर्म परम आपनोति पुरुष। देयरफॉर without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty and to please Krishna. So that should be our motive. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you so much. If you have if you have any question, we can take some questions. I hope you understood something. I went a bit quickly today because we had just 40 minutes and we had matter to be discussed in at least 4 hours. जितना भी हमने अभी डिस्कस किया तो 4-5 घंटे में ही वो डिस्कस होता है, बट मैंने उसको 40 मिनट में आप लोगों को बताया, तो some of the concepts you might not have understood properly, but you can question and then we can take some questions. If you can raise your hand and then I'll take your questions. Yes.
You can also raise your hand, or maybe you can also put the question in the chat.
Please
Yes.
share the slides. Will you please share the slides that we have discussed?
These slides.
Yes.
Okay, I can share it with Jayes, and he will share it with all these people who have attended today. Okay. Anything else? Another question? Did you understand, Rahul?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, some part of I have understand, but I need to go through slides first.
Okay, all right. Okay, so if you don't have any question, then we'll stop here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Please remain connected. We can have more discussions, maybe more elaborately in some other time.
Prabhuji, maybe we can have a quiz also.
Okay, so based on these discussions, yeah, it's a good idea to have a quiz. Is the quiz ready?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so who will operate it?
I'll
Yeah, sure. Please share the game pin.
yes.
So all of you can enter. I know. Please open kahoot.it. Kahoot.it. Then it will require a game pin. Yes, now they would be sharing the game pin. Yes, the game pin is 410127. Please open kahoot.it and enter your name, enter the game pin and enter your name. Yes, Tushar has entered. Yes, Yadav. Bhakt. Venkatesh. Okay. Who else? Please quickly enter. Enter the game pin and enter your name. We have only 4 players. Pankaj, Ans, Poonam. Yes, Rahul has entered. Ankit. Please enter quickly. Rajan, you can enter. Ranjan, Anand. Yes, out of and only 7 players have joined. Others, please join fast.
Roji, maybe you can start. They'll join in.
Okay, you can start. All right, so you people join. The game pin is this. You can write the game pin in the chat. And those who want to join, they can join now. So we have only 10 questions. Quickly we'll have. One who restrains the senses of action but whose mind dwells on sense objects is called by Krishna as a sannyasi, a pretender, spiritualist, or a materialist. What does the Krishna say? We started our discussion from this question. Only 3 people have answered, 4, 5. Okay, so 4 people gave the right answer. They pretend that they can be called as pretender. Okay, so the results. Okay, next question. Which karma does not cause bondage? Only 5 people responded and 4 responded rightly. Karma performed as yajna for the satisfaction of Vishnu doesn't cause bondage. Okay. Next question. All other karmas keep us bound. Yes, Venkatesh at the top. Question 3. Types of activities according to Bhagavad Gita. Sukarma, Vikarma, Akarma, Sakarma, Vikarma, Akarma, Karma, Vikarma, Sakarma, Vikarma, Sakarma, and non-karma. Okay, 4 people gave the right answer: Sakarma, Vikarma, and Akarma, not Sukarma. Alright, so next question. Okay, Venkatesh, Bhakt, Rahul, Tushar, and Ankit. Sakarma, Vikarma, and Akarma are also known as Punya, Yajna, Papa, respectively. Punya, Papa, Yajna, respectively. Papa, Punya, Karma, Yoga, respectively. So what is called respectively? Okay, so everybody got the right answer. Punya, Papa, and Yoga. Thank you. Next. All right, so Venkatesh, Bhakt, Rahul, they're at the top. Which is not an example of Sakarma. Okay, everybody got it right. Thank you. All other 3 are Sakarmas, but acquiring knowledge for absolute is Yoga. Next. Okay, Venkatesh, Rahul, Bhakt, Tushar, Ankit. One can cancel the sins by performing past activities. True or false? Yes, so they are not cancelable. 6 people got the right answer. Thank you. Next. Okay, Sonic has come to the top 5. Next question. Question number 7. Multi-select. Which among the following are cause of karmic reactions not coming in the same lifetime? Okay, the first 2. A person cannot choose when to get the result. Nature will decide. Karma never gives the result. No. You can also get result in the same lifetime. Yes. Next. Now Venkatesh gets all right. 8. Question number 8. Which of the following is true for free will? Yes. So all 3 are correct except destiny decide. Destiny doesn't decide our free will, but situation can condition our free will. Next. Yes, no change. Second last question. Why do Mahatmas perform prescribed duty? Okay, we didn't discuss it, but you might guess from that Yati Acharya Shrestha's. Yes. To educate others. Yati Acharya Shrestha है ना, वो दूसरों को एजुकेट करने के लिए कर्म करते हैं, नहीं तो उनको कर्म करने का कोई जरूरत नहीं. एंजॉय रिजल्ट नहीं करते हैं वो. ऐसे नहीं कि उनको कुछ करना है क्योंकि दे आर फ्री फ्रॉम दैट. And to establish Mahatma, they don't have to establish. So only to educate others, they act. Yes. Next. Okay, the last question. Rahul has gone to the top. Karma Yoga is better than not working. True or false? Yes, everybody has answered. Okay, so it is true that Karma Yoga or acting in Krishna consciousness is always better than not acting, because we can't stay silent. You have to act. Okay, thank you so much. Now let's go to the podium. Third, Venkatesh got 6 out of 10. Tushar, 7 out of 10. Second, and 8 out of 10 is Rahul. So a big clap for all of you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
Prabhuji, for this wonderful session. We are ac- actually many people are at home for the holidays, so many of the people were not able to join. So,
Okay.
so for the first, and
all right, no problem. Yeah.
I mean, those who are joined, they must have got something to know from the sessions, like how what are the 5 aspects and how the sakarma, vikarma, akarma is working, and many other things about how the karma of karma is. So thank you, Prabhuji, for this one.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Hare.
much.